Ventures Season 24 has begun. This video is going to be talking about what Ventures is, why we run it, a rewards overview, how to get through it quickly, how to start, loadouts for this season, tips and tricks, and everything in between. Let me get an important question out of the way right away. I do not usually answer this one so quickly, but this season should be ending on April 2nd, 2025. That's just something I wanted to mention right away. This timeline will be linked down below. It's an extremely good resource. I highly recommend bookmarking it. It's really, really nice just to keep track of everything. As you'll see, this is an extremely exciting season. This might be the quietest time of the year. Yeah, we get Stoneheart Farah and Fallen Love Ranger Jonesy. It's a great season to build your bow loadouts, and dungeons should be coming back around, but this is only a historical recounting of what has happened in the past few years. So if any of this information is wrong, I will update it and then right up here when I've changed that. So I just wanted to get that out of the way right away. Now, before I talk about anything further, if you have seen any Ventures Rewards video from me before, you probably already have the information that I'm about to share. I repeat this every single season. I say that every single time. You guys consistently like to watch these anyway. I have a lot of new viewers. Welcome. Subscribe if you're new, maybe. If I do a good job, don't subscribe quite yet. Let me earn it. But I just wanted to say that now. But there's one major change, okay? So while the rewards haven't seriously changed since Season 4, they have reduced the XP value. Right now, capping out your Ventures level 50 is 1.9 million Ventures XP. Ventures XP is rewarded from running missions. Full disclosure, I am recording this at like the last hours of the previous season, so this is not what the map should look like for you, but you can see we get Ventures XP on the side, and that is just something you get when you get to a higher level. You can see my main account did not quite make it to 50, but that's all right. That was never the goal for me this season. And I also wanted to mention that that is now lower. So that is down from 2.3 million from previous seasons, which means back in the day, Ventures used to take about 30 to 50 hours to finish. Now it's less. It's more like 25 hours to 45 hours, depending on how fast you're grinding, how experienced you are, whether or not you have a dedicated team. There are a lot of factors at play there, but just to know, if you want to finish Ventures and get all the way to level 50, the season lasts, I mean, going back to the timeline, quite a few weeks. I mean, that's 3, 9, 12, what we got, like 30, no, that's not right. 4, there go 8, yeah, 10 weeks, 10 weeks. So if you just run, I don't know, a couple hours a day, you'll get Ventures done easily, even 1 hour a day, and you should finish comfortably. So just to know that Ventures is a bit of a grind, but it's not too bad. So what Ventures is and why we run it. Ventures is a game mode where you start out at level 1. You have none of your schematics other than your traps that you can craft. That's it. You can't craft your weapons. You can use hero loadouts. So if you build a certain loadout like over here, that will work, but you will not have your survivor squads. You will begin at level 1. You have to loot items from the map or glowing animals, which is easy enough to do, but you have to use vending machines and stuff like that. It's not everybody's favorite thing, but I'm just going to give it to you straight. That's what it is. However, when you level up in Ventures, you get all these rewards. You get gold and tickets, llamas. You get some more notable rewards, which are highlighted here. Weapon voucher, core re-perks. You get flux, even more flux, which is really, really useful. I'll get into the specifics of that in just a second, but all of these are really, really good. And I also recommend Ventures for brand new players. I know I'm going to be saying a lot of information in this video. If you have to rewatch this at any point, that's okay. It's understandable, but the XP that you get and the perk up you get, the frost up you get, all of this stuff saves outside of Ventures. While you do not keep the weapons or materials in your inventory, you will keep all of these resources. So if you're farming XP like this in Ventures, you'll actually be able to keep that and level up your weapons outside of Ventures. So if you're a brand new player, like on my baby account, it's still in Stonewood. I haven't been grinding it very efficiently or much, but in that account, I'm able to farm up lots of perk up that I otherwise wouldn't have access to because leveling up in Ventures is significantly quicker than the main game. So that is something I wanted to say. Even if you don't love Ventures, if you're a brand new player, you probably don't have that many great weapon schematics, and running Ventures could be an efficient use of your time. Now, the rewards. This is the summary. These are all the main rewards summarized on the left. This section right here, I should be zooming in. I got a 1440p monitor and it makes these videos a bit harder to record. Sorry, mobile users. There we go. So these are the unlock requirements. If you want to hit the highest level of Ventures, you need to be a Ventures level 43, which if we extrapolate over here, go to there, that means it is 1.3 million Ventures XP. So that's how much that should be. Now, the earlier levels are going to be a bit slower to level up. As you get higher and higher and higher, sometimes in the 40s, you're running missions that are giving you 40 to 60,000 Ventures XP per game. So it actually gets faster and faster. It scales with this XP really well. So it's not as bad as it seems early on. But I also want to mention these rewards do not account for the quest progression. So this is a whole section we'll get to in a little bit. Just know that there are some long-term quests, you know, destroying fire hydrants, piles of trash, stuff like that. Those will all give you Ventures XP. And then at the the very end, you'll get core reperk, trap supercharger, these specific rewards. This does change season per season. So if you're specifically looking for core reperks, for example, not you, Nebula, sorry, this person mentions how many core reperk they have every time. They're at like 51 now, and they're probably going to tell me in the comments down below. But if you are not Nebula and you need core reperks, AS47 in the community needs them, then those are the quests you're going to want to go for. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's back up to the initial missions at hand, or the rewards that I wanted to talk about. So the first important one are weapon vouchers. I am going to have links to all the videos down below if you want to know what any of these things are in more detail or how to spend them. I'm not going to repeat that 8 more times. Just know that voucher, flux, core reperk, it's all in the description. Check out what you need to if you're looking for recommendations on how to spend these. Weapon vouchers. So that allows you to get event items out of season. So if there's a really good weapon like the plasmatic discharger, everybody wants that one, and it's no longer Fortnite mares, you can go and get that. Flux, in my opinion, is more useful than vouchers nowadays because there was an update a while ago that made it so that specific items can be fluxible. Again, that video gets more specific, but there are some really good weapons in the flux pool, and you can just go get them, and that also accounts for heroes as well. So legendary flux goes a very long way in the current version of the game, and you can get, oops, I messed up my screen because I'm not full screen. You can get 200 of it, and that is where I recommend a stopping point. So if you are somebody who doesn't care about endgame content, you don't like ventures, the grind is making you angry or bored, and maybe you're not really planning on doing much after power level 130, you probably can stop at level 22. That's when you get 100 flux, the voucher, and the core reperk. I'll go back to that in a second. After that, it's just superchargers. That's, I mean, you get perk up and XP, and there's other rewards in between that I'm, collapsing here, but you can probably stop at 22. That's what I did on my baby account, and that's pretty much what I shot for on my main. Not like my main needs any more flux. If I could gift this, that'd be great. but it's just something to recommend if you are not having a good time with ventures. If you are having a good time, keep on going, get all the superchargers. But let me back up one more step. Core reperk allows you to change the 6th perk of a weapon. That's a big deal because if you get a really strong weapon and it doesn't have the affliction 6 perk that I talk about in every single video, then you can change that to whatever 6 perk you want. Some weapons require specific perks that are good or bad, and there's a whole field of science there. I've got like a couple hundred best perks videos for a reason. Now, the other one is hero voucher, and as you could have guessed, that allows you to voucher a hero out of season. So yeah, I actually had a commenter tell me that they vouchered Stoneheart Farah, and then in that same comment, they were excited that she was coming back soon. So I was like, why did you do that? Why did you pick her up 4 weeks before she's available? It's fine. It's fine. They'll get another voucher this season. I assume that user knew what they were doing, but just be careful. Consult the timeline before you spend those vouchers. The videos down below will go into further detail. So those are the rewards. That's what we're after. That's why we run ventures. That's what we get out of it. Even if you're not loving ventures, I do honestly think it's worth grinding through it. But honestly, try to have fun with it because ventures doesn't have to suck. If you are not really sure what loadouts to run, I have a Chrome tab somewhere, or so I thought. Let me just go back to my YouTube channel. This will also show you how easy it is to find it. Right over here, Flannel Falls. This is the playlist that I'll be linking down below. This is only 4 videos because this venture's modifier is a bit lackluster. I mean, it's nice. So every 30 kills, it does like a pulse of damage, and then one of them freezes, and then one of them stuns, one of them makes them dance, and then another one, I think, just does all of them or something. I don't even remember because it's completely passive. You just play the game normally, and then you and all your teammates will just burn a bunch of damage. That's it. It doesn't really command a different loadout. There's no energy changes. It's not like punches are free. Like here, just because I'm recording in the recent season, I might as well show you this page right here. This is what we love. I mean, soldiers do better headshot damage. It reduces ability cooldowns. Outlanders can farm for free. So coming off of this high of ninjas and constructors and everybody being insane to an ability where they just pulses damage, not much to build around. But if you want loadout suggestions, that playlist does have you covered. Now, we talked about loadouts and the rewards and why we run it and why it's good for new players and what the end rewards look like. And I should mention before we cap this off, 50 is kind of the end of the main rewards, but you can see on the right-hand side here, it does loop afterwards. So I love reperk. I'm a weapons-focused YouTuber, so I've needed hundreds of thousands of reperk to build my career of videos. You might not need that much, but 1200 reperk is a lot. That's a big chunk of rewards, and that's something that you get pretty regularly down here, 1200, 600. I recommend going to Ventures 51 if you want to go for gold. Afterwards, you're just getting rain, gold, lightning bottle. It's kind of just, you know, if you literally want to go for gold, you can go to 53, but this loops. So this will go all the way to Ventures level 60, and then 61 and 2 and beyond will just repeat forever. So even if you get to level 200 adventures, it's just going to be these rewards looping. So you can probably stop at 50, maybe 51 if you want to get everything, but it's just a heads up. All right, let's talk about how to start ventures. So I say this in every season, but it's really important the order that you do your first mission so that you can be very efficient. If you want to play ventures as efficiently or as little as possible, I can't show it down here, but I recommend queuing power level or ventures level 15 missions first, because even as a level 1, you should be able to do that. It's pretty accomplishable if you and your team, or even if one of you has played in advance already and they're already a whopping ventures level 6, it should be a pretty straightforward mission. If you don't have a team, our Discord, link down below, is an excellent resource to find people. Do not ask for a carry and don't even ask for help. Just tell people, I am ventures level, whatever you're at, and I'm looking for people to play with. If you really want a lobby and you don't mind it, say you're running constructor. We have found you are 10 times, not a real statistic, you are 10 times more likely to get a lobby if you say, I'll run constructor, than anything else. If you don't use the word carry, you don't use the word help, you're friendly, God, people, be nice to each other. You would not believe how many jerks are like, I couldn't get a party, your server's trash. Like, well, you sound like someone who would struggle getting a party. If you're nice to people and you offer to run constructor, optional, you can get a party going. That's my belief, at least. The server's got about 46,000 people now, so it should be good. Okay, I digressed a lot. When you are starting ventures, the very first quest is to complete a mission. That is nice, but what you might do unwittingly is run a fight the storm or a retrieve the data. I recommend running a resupply because, you know, you're gonna start with an empty inventory. You might as well start with a farming build, farm up, get some resources, resupply, build a radar grid, or even like eliminate and collect, just something simple where you can throw it on a 10 in that case. Then you run the fight the storm Atlas mission, then you run retrieve the data, and then beyond you just do whatever it tells you to do. These missions are going to be unlocked faster than you are leveling up. Like if you ran one eliminate and collect and got a 23 plus, you're probably not in the 46 zones already, but these are just things to keep up with. You know, there are very important things like this. Remember when Archer was grinding through ventures every season? He hit max level and retired his career, but he was stuck on melee weapons because he never uses them. And I always get stuck on pistols or SMGs because I love the melee weapons. So it's important to keep up with all these. You'll get more XP and more rewards at the end. And that's pretty much it. If you want to go efficiently, I have a Ventures XP video linked down below that explains how to get through Ventures efficiently. Not just starting, but actually grinding it as fast as possible. But that's pretty much it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Sorry for the rambling. I have been on a break in the last few weeks preceding this video, so my mental space is not where it should be to record this as good as possible, but I think I covered everything of importance, and description down below is a wealth of information. Have fun with the new season, you guys. Enjoy. I hope you guys get all the rewards that you want, and yeah, subscribe, like the video. Channel members get early access to videos, and I'm currently hitting space on accident, and goodbye. I'll see you guys later. See you guys next time.